Hello everyone. So today we will discuss the second part of the previous topic, that is balancing of chemical equations. So we will be moving ahead in the topic that how do we balance the chemical equations. If you have seen the last tutorial properly, so now you are aware that whenever we have to balance a chemical equation, we have to keep in mind two things. The first thing is that we have to make a list of the atoms of each element, like the elements on the reactant side and the elements which are present on the product side. So first of all, we will make a list. Like if we see the reactant side, so we can see the arrow. On the left hand side we have the reactants, and on the right hand side we have the products. So now we are clear with this. So what are the elements which are present on the reactant side? One is carbon, right? The second one is hydrogen, and the third one is oxygen. So these are the three elements. If we look onto the product side, do we have carbon? So yes, we have carbon. Then do we have hydrogen? So yes, we have hydrogen also. And do we have oxygen? So the answer is yes, we have oxygen as well, right? So the first thing is done, that we have made a list of elements, right? This is the very first step in the balancing, that we have to make list of elements which are present on the reactant side and on the product side. Now, the second step is that we will write the number of atoms of each elements which are present, right? So we have to now write down the number of atoms. Like if we see the reactant side, how many carbon do we have? 3. How many hydrogen? 8. And how many oxygen atoms do we have? 2. Okay, and these numbers at the base of the particular element, it is called as the subscript, right? Now if we move to the product side, so how many carbon do we have? Nothing is written as subscript, so it means that it is 1. So it means that carbon is 1. How many hydrogen? 2. And oxygen, now it may be a problem that we may only count 1 or we may only count 2, but do we see a plus sign between them? So it means that we have to add 1 plus 2. So it means total how many oxygen are there? 3 oxygen are there, right? So now the list is complete. So we have made the list of elements, plus we have written the number of atoms. Now comes the third and the last step, that we have to start balancing with that atom or with that element whose number of atoms they are the maximum, right? So we have to start with that element where the number of atoms they are maximum. So can we see on the reactant side, it is 8 hydrogen. So hydrogen atom they are 8, but on the product side it is only 2. So now how can we make this 2 as 8? Obviously we have to put up a coefficient. Coefficient is always added in front. Okay, so if we put it up, so it will be 2 into 4, that is 8. Now hydrogen they also become 8, but when we put this 4, do we see a change in the number of oxygen also? So let us just change this 3 as 1 plus 2. Like 1 is present in case of water and 2 is in case of carbon dioxide, right? So if we see this now, this 1, it will be like 1 into 4 because we have put up this coefficient. So now this will become 4 and it will be 2. So how many total oxygen do we have? 6 right now. Okay, so oxygen number they have changed and it has become 8, right? So now it is 8. But if we see this carbon, right? So carbon on the reactant side is 3. Okay, but on the product side it is only 1. So now we have to change this also into 3. We have to go for this method till the time every atom becomes equal on both the reactant side and on the product side. So it means that we have to multiply this by 3. So we have to put up 3 in front. Okay, so when we put up 3, the number of carbon atom becomes same on both the side, 3 into 3. But now when we balance carbon and hydrogen, is there change in the number of oxygen now? So water, it was 4, we have already balanced it. But now when we were balancing carbon, so 3 into 2. So in case of carbon dioxide, the number becomes 6, right? So that 6 plus 4, okay, that 6 plus 4 will be how much? 10. So total how many oxygen will be present on the product side? It is 10, but on the reactant side it is only 2. So now how can we change this 2 into 10? We will put up a coefficient 5. Okay, so has this become 10? So we will be putting this up as 10. So ultimately, when we balance the chemical equation, how does it become like? So this becomes 3. Okay, this is already 3. We will balance this carbon into 3. That means we have put up a 3 over here. So now carbon has become equal on both the reactant side and the product side, right? Hydrogen is 8 on the reactant side, product side it is just 2. How can we change it? By putting up a coefficient 4. So that 2 into 4 is 8. So it means that hydrogen is also balanced on the reactant side and the product side. Now we are left only with oxygen. So on the reactant side oxygen it is 2, but on the product side 4 into 1, nothing is written now. So this is 4 into 1 4, and this is 3 into 2 6, and in between there is a plus sign. So total how many oxygen do we have? 10. So we have now balanced it, but on the reactant side how many are there? 2. And how can we just change it? 5. So can we see that this is the way of balancing a chemical equation? Let us quickly practice one more. We all can see that this is an equation where we have reactant on the left hand side of the chemical equation, and on the right hand side of the arrow or the chemical equation we have the product. So the very first step is to make a list of elements, hydrogen and oxygen on the reactant side, and again hydrogen and oxygen on the product side. After making the list, we have to write down the number of atoms of each element. So how many hydrogen do we have? 2. How many oxygen do we have? 1. Because there is nothing, so subscript is 1. But if we go to the product side, how many hydrogen do we have? 2. And how many oxygen do we have? 2. So now a question comes that is this equation balanced or unbalanced? So now we can see that hydrogen atoms are equal, but oxygen atoms, they are not equal, right? So it is an unbalanced chemical equation. Now we have to balance this chemical equation. So obviously we will start with oxygen because it is not balanced. So it is 2 and it is 1. So we have to balance this one, right? So how can we balance it? Whenever we have to balance, we have to add that number as the coefficient. Coefficient means we can only add that number in the beginning. So now we have changed it. So this has become 2, but now a problem comes that this 2 as coefficient will be multiplied with every subscript that is after it. So now since this 2 is in front of hydrogen, so this 2 into 2 becomes 4, and this 1 into 2 becomes 2. Now are we able to understand that oxygen is now balanced? It has become 2 and 2. But now the problem has come with hydrogen, that after putting this 2, hydrogen has become 4, but on the product side it is still 2. So where is it less? It is less on the product side. Now how can we change this 2 into 4? By putting up a coefficient 2. Now this coefficient will be multiplied by this 2. So 2 into 2 it becomes 4. So now our equation is finally balanced, that the final equation will be 2 into H2O gives 2 of H2 plus O2, right? Now just check it once again. How many total hydrogen do we have? 4. This coefficient will be multiplied with the subscript, okay? So total 4. How many do we have over here? 2 into 2, that is 4. So hydrogen is balanced. Oxygen how many? 2 into 1, 2 oxygen. How many over here? There is nothing in front, it means it is 1 only. So how many oxygen do we have over here? 2. So now this is balanced. So this is how we balance a chemical equation. We should know what is a coefficient. Remember, coefficient is always added, or it is always put up in front of the formula. This is a formula, and that coefficient will be multiplied with the subscript. So these are certain basic points. Let us do the last one for practice. Now we all can see we have again one equation right in front. So the very first thing is we have to make a list of the reactant and the product. So what are the element on the reactant side? Nitrogen and hydrogen. And on the product side also we have nitrogen and hydrogen. After making a list of the elements, we have to write the number of atoms. How many? We have 2. How many? We have 2. So we have 2 to each. But when we move on to the product side, how many nitrogen? 1. How many hydrogen? 3. Now we'll start with that one where the number of atoms are maximum. So we all can see that here hydrogen is 3 and here it is 2. Now it is a case of odd and even, and how can we make the number to be equal? Simple mathematics. We will multiply this by 3 and this by 2. So ultimately, how many hydrogen will be there? 6. But do we see that on the reactant side we have to multiply it by 3. So now this 3 will be put up as the coefficient, right? Coefficient is always multiplied with the subscript. And how can we make this 3 into 6? By putting up a coefficient 2. So now hydrogen, they are same on both the reactant and the product, 2 and 6 and 6. And just check nitrogen. Nitrogen in the reactant were 2, but when we put up this coefficient 2, so now this 2 will be multiplied with 1, and ultimately nitrogen also becomes 2. So now the number of atoms, they have become equal for all the elements on the reactant side as well as on the product side. So now the equation is balanced. So this is how we balance. It's very easy. Do it, and I hope that you have understood how the balancing is to be done. Thank you, everybody.